Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you sometimes in chess the best plan is to be patient. Instead of making quick moves, you build a strong position, keep your pieces active, and set up small treats. By waiting and carefully watching your opponent, you give them a chance to make a mistake. When they do, you take that chance to win safely and confidently. Let's dive in. This is a game I played against a player around 1600. I was black and this is a London system opening. And as I always mention, if you don't know the opening, the most important thing about the opening is just to develop your pieces and try to put them in the best place. Make sure that the king is safe, and that's it. So now it's my turn, and as you see, my knights are developed. Now I'm thinking about developing my bishop and then going for castle. That's why I played bishop d6. He took my bishop and I take it back with the queen. He also played knight d2 to develop his knight, and here I played b5. The reason of playing this move was that I'm trying to use the space advantage in my queen side. My opponent goes castle, I also castled, and he played e4. The reason of this move is he's also trying to open the center, and after I take back, he took with the knight, and he's also attacking my queen. That's why I take the knight, he took with the bishop. Here the knight on c6 is pinned. I prefer to play bishop to b7 to develop my bishop and also defending the knight on c6. Rook e1, and now I'm thinking about the next plan. My bishop on b7 doesn't have any defenders, that's why I play rook to b8 to defend the bishop, and I really wish to trade this bishop against the white's bishop, which is more active. And that's why now I'm thinking about the move knight to e7, and this way I'm trying to exchange the bishops, and I guess it works well because the bishop cannot go anywhere. And if he doesn't take my bishop, I will just take it back. So he took it, I took back with the rook. Knight e5, a very strong move because the knight is also controlling the center and it gives white more advantage in the center. And now what I was thinking was that how I can just make the position equal and try to put my pieces in the best place, just to wait for my opponent's mistake, which is very important. I didn't want to put myself in pressure, or I didn't want to risk anything. That's why I decided to play knight f5. And now as you see, I'm just trying to wait and see what will happen without making any mistakes and waiting for my opponent's mistake. He is now attacking my rook, that's why I played rook to c7, and let's see what he will do here. I have an advantage in the queen side and he has advantage in the king side, but I really don't like the g4 move because he is just making his king side very weak, and that's why I don't like this move. And now he's also attacking my knight, but I can just simply play knight to h4, and then after that I can also use the white's squares, which are very weak, and wait for another mistake. So now my time is 1 minute and 25 seconds, and he has more time, like 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And he is also thinking about finding some good attacks in the king side, but I think it's not enough to only attacking with the queen and the knight, because my knight also is very strong on h4. Even if he's at the edge of the board, it's controlling f3 square, which is very important, and you will see the reason of why I'm saying this. So let's analyze a bit. I was thinking if my opponent couldn't do anything in the king side, then I can also start attacking in the queen side by pushing my pawns forward to a5 and b4, which was one of my best plans. Okay, so finally he played rook to e3 here. He is just lifting the rook, and maybe he's trying to put the rook on g3 for having more pieces for the attack. But here I was thinking, actually he cannot do much in the king side, and I also didn't want to change my king side because of the knight, which was in a very good place and was somehow controlling everything. That's why I tried to have my own plan by playing b4, and also I'm waiting a bit for his mistake. He played rook b1 to defend the pawns a little bit, and here I played a5 just to defend my b4 pawn and waiting for him. He played rook c1, also defending the pawn on c1, which I think it was not necessary. I really don't like my b3 move now because it seems like I'm just closing everything and I just don't have any chance in the queen side after playing b3, which was not a good decision. After a3, everything looks very equal and it's like very closed in the queen side. And now I was thinking about some ideas. I decided to play queen to d5, trying to exchange the queens and maybe going to the end game. And then I was thinking maybe I can just use some ways to win in the end game. But here is the moment that he finally made a mistake after queen to d5. Because if he could just take the queen and I take it back, it would be equal. And but with the move that he did right now, he just changed everything and he gave me a very good position and advantage by playing a very bad move, rook to e1. I immediately took the queen, and after he takes back, f6 is a very strong move, just trapping the knight because the knight doesn't have any more squares to go, and even if the knight went anywhere, then the f3 square, which I mentioned before, is the problem because I will fork the king and the rook. So he played rook f4 and I took the knight immediately. After he take back the rook, I take back with the king and he took, and now I'm up a knight. And here, as you see, I also took the rook and he didn't resign. We played like some other moves and I was up a rook. It was very easy to win this in game, and just following a little bit what happened and how I finished this game. But the very important point of this game was sometimes we need to wait, sometimes we need to be patient and don't go for crazy tactics or sacrifices. Just wait for your opponent's mistake and it really works. Most of the times if you just wait and don't make any mistakes, then your opponent will do that. So I hope you learned from this game, and as you see, it's a checkmate. I hope you liked this video, and if you have any questions, just let me know in comments and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching and hope to see you soon.